Hello, this is Tanyag. I'm a MAPS business coach and a certified referral trainer. And I'm talking about today conquering fear. Go from survival to thriving. So this is a workshop to help people who are going through the enormous changes around COVID, civil unrest, presidential election, the phases of the government, local government, from phase 1, 2, and 3, just the uncertainty. The purpose of this video is to bring value to you and show you how I can help you further. Imagine, take a moment and close your eyes and imagine on December 31st, 2020, you realize you had your best year ever in business, especially for 2020, despite having the three main disruptions: COVID-19, civil unrest, and the president's election. And the reason I talk about three main disruptions, because there are disruptions. Every time there's a presidential election, people are worried about the economy, with what's going to work, what's not going to work. Civil unrest with all the protests and what's going on local, state, and national. That is nerve-wracking, anxious. And the big one is COVID-19, which started in March, and all the different phases in our state of Virginia, phase 2, phase 3, wearing masks, all that. Those are disruptions. But imagine at the end of the year, December 31st, you just, and before you go into the new year, 2021, and say, I had the best year ever for 2020. The best year in business, the best year, especially in 2020, despite having these three main disruptions. Next thing is, quote, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy, by Dale Carnegie. Again, let me read this quote to you. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. This basically workshop or webinar is really designed to help you conquer fear so you can go from survival to thrive. All right, so fear, if you look at the first letter, is F. So what it stands for is focus on you. One of the things that I've seen in my business clients I coach clients anywhere who do about 500, 600, 100,000 in revenue, to people who do up to business owners who do about 5 million. And one of the things we have them doing right now is we have them focusing on them, on you. And so one of the things you can do is what we call developing your morning ritual. There's a book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Talks about how you can create your mornings. And he calls it Miracle Morning because if you can own your morning, you can own your day. And in The Miracle Morning, he talks about 5 different areas, from exercise, journaling, meditation, affirmations. So there's like 5 or 6 main topics in that. So the books are really good because a lot of the clients I have, they're really developing their morning rituals, getting up in the morning. Yeah, they get up in the morning early, exercise, read a book, journal, meditate, do their affirmations. And there's a whole process of that, especially now, because what's going on is most people are struggling with what type of time management, or how do I own my time. And so a lot of the people that I coach or who have been really successful have very successful morning rituals. The other one is called night rituals. There are certain nighttime rituals that you can set yourself up to win the day. For example, is like, have a cutoff at the end of the day. Write down what's worked, what didn't work. Write down, what your priorities the next following day. But that's really good to do, because when you do this, is you're really controlling on how you feel, how you do, how you accomplish. And there's another one called the 66-Day Challenge. This is part of the One Thing community, where you really pick a habit you want to accomplish for 66 days and you jot it down. And what that does, it helps you build confidence, has courage, it helps you develop a habit. And when I've seen people do that and accomplish that, their confidence, their belief in themselves and anything going on is surpassed. They can work through that. The next one is called engage. E is for engage. So what do you mean engage? So you have to engage people. past clients, current clients, prospects, influencer connectors. The beauty of this, which is amazing, is everybody is not out there networking at the level they were before March. A lot of people now are at home, working from home. They want to, one of the things about human beings, they want to interact. So you can connect with past clients, current clients, prospects, influence. People want to connect with you now. And in today's market, and I was on a webinar with Gary Keller, who is our founder of MAPS Business Coaching. He said, "You got the human interaction is more important now, and if you connect with people and you engage them, have conversations with them, there's a pretty good chance you probably will do business, or they'll introduce you, refer you." So how do you do that? We first thing we do is called power notes. It's a specific way of writing a handwritten note that gets a response back. It generates a callback if you write the note specifically. So I attached the link there. Then calls, call people on the phone. Another one is set face-to-face or Zoom meetings. I mean, people are still doing one-to-ones a week if people are open to it. If not, do Zoom meetings. I find a lot of people who don't want to do that. And I said, well, if you don't do that now, how are you going to connect with people? This is probably going to be the new norm around connecting people, is including Zoom. Then the other thing too is invite them to events, seminars, and social outings. I mean, if there's a Zoom event, invite them to that. Is there, like we have this Coastal Business Exchange, you should invite them to that. If your company's doing webinars, seminars, or somebody's doing a online social happy hour, invite them to that. People still do feel important. These strategies here, which is the power notes, calls, face-to-face meetings, invitations, those are designed to influence relationships, and they don't change even in this COVID world. They just need to be amplified. And I think what happens with a lot of people when they're fear-based, they stop connecting with people at all. They kind of get closed into themselves, and they stop connecting, they stop talking, they stop inviting, they stop doing Zoom meetings because they think this whole thing is going to blow over and they can just restart. What you really need to do is engage with people now more than ever. And the beauty of that is they're looking to be engaged with. They're looking for people to connect. A equals adapt. And what this basically means is you need to be the first to adapt by. A lot of people I talk to don't want to do Zoom meetings. Oh, no, I don't like Zoom. I don't want to do Zoom meetings. Well, but that might be the new norm, or that may be a format that needs to be included into what you're doing now. Set up online socials on Zoom. I've seen people who set up happy hours. I've seen people who schedule events over, our family has birthdays, and we all on the birthday week, the birthday day of each person in our family, in our immediate family, we all get on Zoom. We take pictures. We all include them. I mean, it is still maintaining the relationships. Another thing you can do is set up webinars and workshops. I mean, a lot of people go, "Oh no, I don't want to do a webinar. I don't want to do a workshop online." So I say, you don't want business? And like our company, MAPS Business Coaching, we have over 50 to 60 trainings every month. Probably about less than 10% of them are paid. The other 90% are free. I mean, we've been doing that for a year, and our trainings get, people are listening to it, get involved in it, and it's happening. So I believe that that you got to be adapt. You have to adapt. You have to be the first to adapt. Create video testimonials or educational videos. I mean, one of the things you can do is start interviewing your clients, ask them to share what you've done. Do education videos. What are some pain points and what you solve? How are you doing that now in COVID-19? Because people need to see and hear that you're still doing business. And the reason that we call A is adapt, because Gary Keller, again, as I mentioned, he's the founder of Keller Williams and also the founder of MAPS Business Coaching. You got to be the first one to adapt. You have to be the first one to market. You have to be the first one to think out of the box and get it moving. Even if it's unpopular now and people don't understand, but you will see the benefits or reap the benefits in 3 to 6 months. Because he was saying you got to operate your business not just thinking about this times, but thinking about it 6 months to a year down the road. And the other thing I've seen that really works in adapting is success stories. Success stories in email, success stories in video. That a success story is a specific story that highlights a problem with a client. How'd you help them solve it? What the process they went through, and how they rave about you. When I did those emails, I see my referrals almost double each time I send it out. So you have to be able to adapt, look at your industry, and look, what can I do that I can connect people, bring people information. Like I had a client who literally said, "Arnell, it's hard to go and knock on doors anymore, or develop other relationships." So, well, why don't you go ahead and order food for this company and their top project managers, and say it's a gift from us. She actually did that. She actually called a company she was working with, sent them, saying, "Hey, look, I want to thank you for allow us to do business." Sent them all this food, and the project manager said, "Hey, man, we really appreciate you. Thank you for that." And their business from referrals doubled. So you want to be the first to adapt, get out there, and just do things that are totally different. The next thing is reorganize. R is for reorganize. So what that basically means is you want to reorganize your timelines, your priorities, your strategies, but not your goals and objectives for your life and business. So what that basically means, we all have goals, and with the pandemic, a lot of people stopped going after their goals, or what they did is they just say, "Well, I keep hoping I go into that." So what they did is they kept doing their priorities and strategies and tactics that they had pre-COVID-19, and kept doing it. A lot of the clients, what we actually have done is we actually have reorganized their timelines, their priorities, and their strategies, but not their goals. So a lot of my clients have a goal to achieve for the year, and so we just back it out every month, and we just look at month to month. Okay, is this the same priorities that we need to focus on what we did last month? Are these the same strategies that we need to focus on that we did last month? Or do we need to change it? Do we need to change our priorities? Our timeline used to be 90 days. Do we move it for 1 week? Do we move it down to 1 month? And how we do this, we use what we call a one-page business plan. So like I have a client right now that is doing a buyout from the family, and they've always wanted to do this for like 4 or 5 years. They had a conversation early November last year. COVID hit. They put it on the back burner, but they've reorganized the business. They actually created a pre-COVID business plan and had 3 priorities, and each priority had 5 strategies, and they assigned each person, and that was the focus of their business. The thing called the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. They put that pre-COVID plan, and that was the most important thing they focused on, and still ran the business and did extremely well. And that was their plan. Now they have a post-COVID plan, and the other thing while they're doing that, they have a post-transition plan. Is they've created their priorities, the transition to business, and they actually have the strategies. And while we're working on the post-COVID plan, we're working on the post-transition plan. So they have this one-page business plan, and I attached a link there that allows you to write a one-page business plan with priorities and strategies, and your timeline could be in a month, it could be 3 months, but every month you're looking at which one is important, which one do I knock down, and what you find out, it gives you a sense of purpose and a sense of accomplishment, because you're really focused to getting those things done, because those things on that one-page business plan is your 20% that gives you 80% of results in time and money. And the next part of this, the other part, is how we use what we call the 401, and that's basically a time management process where you take one goal for a year, and you break it down to one goal a month, and you break it down to 4 weeks, so it's 4-1-1. So what it does, it's a process that allows you to prioritize what's important to you, and then you break down the goal to very simple checklists, and then you take that information and then you schedule it in your calendar. Like for example, I'll give you a good example. Like one of the things this year I wanted to have 52 date night weeks with my wife. Goal. spend more time with my wife. Is my annual goal. Monthly goal, monthly goal is four date nights. 4 date nights. A date night every week, 52 a week, every week for every month, and then I'd break it down. Okay, date night is a little box there, and then you check it off. So so what I would do is like I'd look at the month of, say it's August. I have 4 date nights scheduled. I have 4 night dates on my 401. Then I look at on my schedule and figure, okay, where do I schedule it? So when you use the 401, it helps you prioritize your priorities, and it drills it down so that you can put that in your calendar. And at the end of the week, and then at the end of the month, you've checked it off. And so what it does, it helps you stay in the zone of accomplishing that 20%, that important versus urgent. And even despite what's going on with COVID-19, if you have a plan, you have a focus, you have a tool that helps you stay focused on your priorities, that 20% that reaches the 80%, man, it's amazing. You literally can accomplish more in less time because you're only focusing on the important. Doesn't mean you disregard the everyday, but you make sure you schedule the important. And it could be date nights with wife, saving money, losing weight. But imagine if you can just every day know that you knocked out 2 or 3 things that are important to your business, important to your lifestyle, important to you. How would that change you? There's when you have that framework, there's no fear in what you're doing. So, and then the last thing is, if this is bringing value to you, and I'm going to go back really quickly. Let me just speed up. So go back. So F is focus on you. That's take care of yourself. E is engage. Go out and engage past clients, current clients, prospects. This is the how to do that. Go out and do that now. The better you do it now, you'll start seeing some success in the next 30 to 90 days. Adapt, change what you're doing. Be the first one. Create those activities. I mean, one of the things we did is Danny and I created this. I told Danny, well, how can I help her? So, well, can you help me create a powerhouse group of people who work in commercial development? So we created that. We adapted in COVID because she was saying it was really hard to connect with people. So we created that. So we were first to do that. And then she in her company was first to set up webinars, and that's starting to come around. I mean, their company is becoming a trendsetter. They're actually adapting. They're not, see, a lot of people are waiting to see if this thing blows over. It's not going to blow over. You need to adapt quickly. And then reorganize. Again, reorganize your timelines, priorities, and strategies, not your goals, because you should never change your goals. You may just have to change how you're doing things. And I gave you 2 tools, which is a link, the GPS and the 401. And what that basically is a 1-page business plan and then a weekly, monthly, and annual tracking of those priorities. And then lastly, if I did bring value to you, if this was really helpful, please give me some feedback. And, I've talked to Danny. If you want me to do a 45-minute strategy session for free to see how you can apply the FEAR to your business right now, so you can go from surviving to thrive, and just contact me, Arnell Tanyag, now at 757-754-6918, or Arnell at mymapscoach.com. And the reason I do this is because a lot of the clients I have worked with the last 3 months, we have addressed all of these issues around fear, and all of them are working in some element of fear, which is focus on you. E, engage your relationships, past clients, current clients. A, adapt. A lot of them are adapting quickly, and they're doing well, and sometimes some of them are exceeding and beyond what they thought of. And R, reorganizing. They're reorganizing and refocusing their priorities, their strategies and tactics, and they're doing a lot better than a lot of other people I've seen, because their goal hasn't changed. They just changed themselves, adapt, engage, and just reorganize. Again, thanks for listening to this recorded video. I hope it was helpful. Again, if you need me to do a 4 to 5 minute strategy session, reach out to me. And if not, I hope that you guys have a great day, and thank you.